Welcome to Frontline. In this video, I'll be going over our newest update within our Pro Standards Tracker. We have now added foot pursuits as an option for those departments that track that information. I'm going to start in the back end first on how you're going to customize it, and then we'll go through actually making entries. So the first thing you're going to have to do is an admin is going to go underneath this Manage Account section here, go to My Account. You're going to want to make sure it is enabled. That way it does show at the top for you to make those entries. With your foot pursuits, you also get to allow the narrative on it as well. So if you want that narrative, just make sure it's enabled also. And then you're going to hit save. Once you hit save, you are then going to have a tab that says Manage Foot Pursuit. And this is where you're going to be able to customize everything within that report. So you're going to start in the attribute section here. So your pursuit info, everything that you want to show in those drop-down lists, just make sure they show here. So you have your initiating event, distance of pursuit, weather, lighting, terrain, officer info, your subject info, your pursuit termination, resolution, and your action taken. Once you have all those drop-down fields customized, you can also set up alerts as well. So this isn't an actual alert that gets triggered in the system. It's just an email notification letting you know they have been added in. So you can either do a team notification. So anytime the team as a whole gets so many within a certain time frame, you can set that up. Or you can do per individual officer as well. So again, select how many within that time frame, and then just make sure to hit save. Anytime those criteria are triggered, anybody listed under this manage emails will get an email notification regarding it. Just make sure send alerts via email is enabled here. Once you have all this customized in the back end for your foot pursuits, you would then be able to go in and make those entries. So underneath that foot pursuit module here at the top, you're just going to hit create foot pursuit, and you're going to plug in the information regarding it. So the case number, incident date, time, initiating event, pursuit duration, and then hit save and continue. Once you do that, you are then going to have this foot pursuit ID generated for you. This is what Frontline provides for you. So it always starts out with the year -0001. It'll let you know who created it and when it was created. And then you'll just continue going through filling out the rest of this information. So the pursuit details, address, location, the conditions, so the distance, weather, lighting, terrain. Remember, all these drop down are customized by you. Here's where you're going to add in the officer involved. So you're going to choose that officer, even if it's yourself. Was there any video available? And then were they the primary on that foot pursuit, or were they a backup? And then you're going to hit add officer. And it's going to show in this list here. If they were the primary, it will say yes. If you need to edit that information or delete it out, you can. If you had any officers from another agency, you can add their information in also. The subject info, if it is unknown, maybe they got away, you can just go ahead and hit unknown and it'll take out all those other fields. Otherwise, you're going to put in the information regarding that subject. So first name, last name, date of birth, sex, race, arrest information, were they charged, were they arrested, the pursuit termination, so the reason, stop techniques used, the date, time, location, document library. If you needed to upload any documents pertaining this foot pursuit, you can go ahead and add that information into here just by dropping that document into there. The narrative, so that is that on-off feature. If you have it enabled, then you can fill out this narrative section here. If you don't have it enabled, you won't even see this as an option. You can hyperlink in any audio or video links that you need to. We do not store those videos for you. We just give you a place to click on that link to get to wherever it's being stored now. And then you would just add it in. And then you're going to be able to assign it to that next level of approval for that chain of command. So then you're just going to go ahead and assign it to a supervisor. So this could be one, it can be more than one. Once you have those added into here, you're just going to hit submit to assigned supervisor. If you want to add any additional comments, you can add those in here. These are going to show up at the very bottom of that report. Otherwise, you can just hit no comment. Once you do that, they are then getting an email notification letting them know they need to go in, review, and sign off on that foot pursuit. Now, once they get that email notification, they're going to either click on the link from the email or they can just log in like normal. They'd be able to go to their activities and see anything that they're working on and just click on that number here, and then they'd be able to view that information. Once they're viewing that information here, They can't make any changes to this report, but if they notice something is incorrect and need changes, they would just come up to the very bottom, hit request changes, send it back to whoever it needs to go to, make your comments of what needs to be changed, and then hit submit. It'll then go back to the creator to make those changes and submit it back through. Otherwise, if everything looks good, they would just sign off on it and then send it to whoever the reviewing supervisor is going to be. So again, this can be one, it can be more than one, and then they would just hit submit to reviewing supervisor. If at any point you want to schedule a follow-up just to check in and see where this is at, you can just hit schedule follow-up. Whoever clicks on this schedule follow-up and puts in this information is who will receive that email notification regarding this reminder to follow up on this foot pursuit. Otherwise, once you hit submit, it then goes to the reviewing supervisor. The reviewing supervisor is then going to be able to review it and sign off on it and send it to the approved by person. Once it gets to that approved by person, they'll be in there reviewing that information as well. They can also request a change if they need to. Otherwise, as that approved by person, you're going to go ahead and put in that resolution type and that action taken. And then you're going to sign off on it, save it, disposition it out, and it then goes from an open foot pursuit to a completed foot pursuit that you can come back and review at any time. If you ever needed to reopen this foot pursuit for whatever reason, an admin does have that ability to reopen that event, and it'll go back to that approved by person. And if it needs to go back even further than approved by person, then they would just request a change and send it back to either the reviewing, the assigned, or the creator of that. Also, with your foot pursuits, you're going to be able to see that on your dashboard now. So if you do have that and you wanted to filter by just foot pursuits, you can see that within any time frame here. You're going to have it in your employee roster as well, so you can see that number here. And if you view each employee, you're going to be able to get to those foot pursuits here also. And then you're going to have a full reporting section also with your foot pursuits. So underneath that report section here, you're going to go to foot pursuit report. You're going to have your foot pursuit summary, so you can come into here and filter through different time frames. And you can either look at it as the team as a whole or by individual officers, but it'll give you your total cases and incidents here, and then a breakdown by pursuit info, your officer info. On the right-hand side, you are getting numbers and percentages. Subject info, pursuit termination, resolution, action taken. You can export this out in a PDF. You have an officer breakdown, so if you want to just see how many are with each officer, it'll give you that breakdown here. And then also by incident type. You can click on the officer's name and it'll give you a quick dashboard of how they're doing with those foot pursuits. So the initiating event, termination, month over month of how they're doing, how many within that time frame will show listed here, and then a little further breakdown regarding that information also. Advanced foot pursuit report, so mix and match this information here. Otherwise, you can just go to your advanced search here and break up this information to be as specific as you want to. And then you just apply those filters. Otherwise, if I just come into here and search, it's going to show anytime a foot pursuit has been added in. Let me know the status of it. I can view those from here. And this report is printable by PDF and or Excel as well. Also, a couple other things in the back end underneath the manage section for your foot pursuits. So underneath the my account section, you're going to have your manage modules visibility for employee role. So this is choosing what that employee level user role has access to. So if you want them to have view access, grid view, or no access for that foot pursuit, you can choose that here as well. And then also for your supervisors in the system, you can customize their visibility as well. So for their employees that they are able to view, they have their foot pursuit, whether you want them to have no access, grid view, or view access also. That is everything for foot pursuits within our Pro Standards Tracker. Thank you for watching this video.